So let's select everything. First, yeah, and the face, don't worry about the Bezier circle, we'll worry about that later, but it should be able to convert it to a mesh if we have to. So let's go to our export. We're going to export it as a OBJ. I'm just going to put it on my desktop for now. And we're going to log into Mixamo. You need an Adobe account for this, but that's all right. I'm just going to sign in off screen. All right, cool. Oh yeah, fair enough. Cool, so what I'm going to do is bring in my character. So I'm going to upload a character. I'm going to choose Santa Claus. There he goes. Hopefully it works, we'll see. There he is. And I'm just going to push next. I'm going to choose his chin, which is around there. His wrists, obviously where his little hands end. His elbows. His little knees. And his groin, which is probably around there somewhere. Next. So part of the reason why, yeah, you don't need to pay for it. This is a free service from Adobe. The day that they make this paid, I'd be pissed. Such a lifesaver. All right, let it do its thing. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna actually export the rig, but I don't think I'll export out the model because I want to use the original model that I have in my my setup here. And here we go. We got Santa doing his thing. Push next, and you can see that the weight painting isn't great, but it will do for the animation. So there he goes, doing his thing. And you can change the character arm space, you can do all sorts of stuff. There's Santa dancing. And what we're going to do, we're going to actually grab the rig from Mixamo with the animation. And then we're going to re-skin inside of Blender. So we're going to try and find some sort of animation that would be fun. You can even do catwalk. This was a bit of a meme at one stage in the 3D community. So I'm gonna go with this one because why not? And the cool thing is we can actually download multiple animations as well. So but for now we're just going to go with this one as a starter. But all I really want is the rig itself. I know, right? But it's fun. Let's just change the character arm space a little bit so it's a little bit wider. But for people who've never done animation before, this is a lifesaver. Obviously, if you just want to do something fun, be silly and do something fun with your models, this is the way to go. And I'm quite happy with that. Let's download that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to download the entire model with the skin for now. Download that. And save the file. I'm just going to save it to my desktop again. And then let's open it up in Blender in a new file. All right, so I'm gonna open it up again in a new file. I'm gonna save that file first. So I'm gonna copy, just duplicate a new window. And I'm just going to import the FBX file from my desktop. So there it is there. And Santa's tiny. That's another problem, is that the scale has been changed because of the export settings I had. So I'm going to set that to scale as 1. That should be fine. You can see there's rotations in there now, but that's okay. There's his animation. But first I want to see if there is a T-pose in there. That's good. Which means that what we can do is copy the rig. We're going to copy just the rig and not the, we're not going to copy the model. We're just going to copy the rig to work on our Santa rig. And the nice thing about that is that we can actually copy the animation as well. But the nice thing about this setup is that we don't need to worry about lining up all of our geometry, which is really cool. 460. All right, so what I'm going to do, just temporarily, I'm going to go into my skeleton, go to rest position, and I'm going to, as weird as it sounds, I still have the file for the FBX, so it's okay if I do this. I'm going to select all my geometry, mesh, and delete it. I don't need it anymore. I just need the Santa animation, and I'm going to copy that skeleton. But first, I'm going to make sure that the rotations are set to 0. Apply the rotation. Go back to pose position. So that's all there still. The animation's still there. Go back to pose position, rest position. Copy that. And then I'm going to go back to my original Santa and paste it in there. Paste in the Santa animation. Or paste in the armature. So if we go back to our rig here, you can see it's going to have everything that we need. All right. I'm going to turn on X-ray. And you might be wondering why am I bothering reskinning? And the answer is because Blender will skin it. I think it will skin it better. We'll see, but we'll see how we go. But we'll have a smoother transition at the very least. So in the armature settings, let's go to selection sets, not selection set, viewport display, turn on in front. And we're going to just take a punt, have a punt, select everything, select the rig, Control P, automatic weights. Let's see what happens. Turn off rest position. I don't know what the hell happened with that arm, but does not like it. Probably because we have mirror modifiers. But you can see that the body is working a lot better. The reason why it's fucked up is because we forgot to apply the mirror modifier. So let's undo all of that. And we're going to remove the armature from those bodies. There we go. And we need to make sure that we apply all of the mirror modifiers. Thank you for the follow, all AWar86. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. All right, so let's get these mirror modifiers sorted. Control A on those mirror modifiers. Control A. Control A. Let's get the mirror above there. Clipping turned on. Control A on the modifiers. That one's okay. That one's fine. That one's fine. Not that one. We'll apply that one. Apply the mirror one on the beard, on the mustache, on the face, no? On the hat, no? Eyebrows, yes. Eyes, nose is fine, everything else is good, except for the ears, I think that's good. And finally the hands as well. Alright, sweet. I think that's all of them. Let's select all the objects again. Select by type. Mesh. Select the rig. Control P, automatic weights. There we go. Let's see what happens. Pose position. There we go. Looking good. So Santa is on his way. And you can see how good Blender's you can see how good Blender's automatic weight system is. It's just so nice. And then the only thing we need to do really is stack the armature above the subdivisions, because it will get better performance that way. All the way on top. So you always want to have the armature on top of everything. Generally speaking. Generally speaking, of course. Alright. There we go. Oh, I forgot to do that. We can always let's apply that mirror modifier. There we go. Sweet. Ears. That one's needs to be up the top. Hat on the top. I think it's everything. There we go. I think that's fine. We'll worry about the lips of the Bezier circle in a moment, because we got a little few tricks up our sleeves for that. But overall, you can see it's starting to run a bit smoother, which is great. So now, let's get that lips up and running first. So let's go to our rest position again. And what we can do for now, just temporarily, because I don't know if we'll have time to do it here, is and I'm not going to animate his lips at the moment, but what I can do is just select everything here, and I'm going to add a hook modifier to the just for now, hook modifier to the armature. I'm going to select the head and push assign with all those selected, and that should follow through with it now. If we add the animation now, it should follow through. And there's a reason I didn't just add an armature to that. I mean, you can add an armature if you want to as well. You could actually try that too. Because it's not very reliable. Envelope weights, you know what I mean? But we can see how it goes. Yeah, it's not working. So a hook would probably be a better choice for the lips. Because what you do when you're hooking the rig, you're hooking the vertices of that. Yeah, the playback is pretty good. So I'm just going to add a hook, armature, bone, head. Oops, assign. There we go. That should be right. And it should follow through now. And it looks like they are. There's his mouth following along. Perfect. And my playback is set to 25 FPS anyway as well, by the way. Funny. Alright, cool. So there's our catwalking Santa. So how about we add some materials to this in the next 20 minutes? and then we can wrap it up. And then Santa's done, ready to render with Eevee. So we can render this out in Eevee, which is really cool. Okay, so firstly, what I want to do before I do that, I want to go into... I set my my default preferences, my viewport preferences to have pink, just so they're easier to see. There's no reason why it's pink, apart from the fact that I just changed it in my my theme. I changed it in my themes. Yeah, M1 is interesting. I'm tempted to say, wait until the MacBook Pro 15 inches come out. I would really say the MacBook Pro 15 inch. It also gives it the developers time to figure out any kinks with their software with the M1 processor. But man, that thing's tempting. Really is tempting to check out. I recently upgraded to a Ryzen. I haven't got a 3080 or anything like that yet because I'm waiting for the Super to come out whenever the fuck that comes out. I don't trust Nvidia to, you know, I just know they're going to release a version in like 5 months. All right, so what I want to do here, you see that some of the curves are looking a little bit janky. So I'm tempted to just go Alt-O to just smooth out some of those curves, and it will just smooth out some of those animations, but it just didn't seem to work there. So let's not worry about that then. Let's work with what we got. I thought it would work, but it didn't. Okay. So let's switch over to, we can now hide the rig actually. And what I'm gonna do is turn on render view mode. I'm gonna set the settings to the world settings to black, so it's completely black. I'm gonna go into Eevee mode. I'm gonna turn on ambient occlusion, bloom, set the distance to 2 meters. I'm gonna set the subsurface. I'm gonna turn on screen space reflections. Turn on refraction. I'm going to turn on maybe motion blur later on. Shadows, high bit depth, performance. Yeah, that's all good. All right, and I'm going to save that. And then I'm going to add just some basic lights. Point light, in this case. I'm going to crank up the power to 1000. Let's make that far away. Maybe 500 instead. There's our Santa Claus doing his thing. And what we can do, we're going to give him some nice materials to play with. Let's add a catwalk for him to walk on, because we can. I'm going to set the location there 0. Nice and simple. Let's give it like some sort of like a full-on catwalk feel. There we go. Don't you love Eevee? My god. The fact that it runs like this in such a good fashion. All right, let's add some materials. So obviously I'm going to start with the body. I'm going to add a new material. Let's make it red. And we'll play with the settings in a moment in more detail, but obviously I'm going to add a white material for the jacket. Let's call this fluff, because I want to apply it to all the other parts of the body that have the same thing. So fluff. Make sure it's on everything. Fluff. 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 And the hat's a bit interesting because we have to actually add it manually. So we have to actually, because we didn't do the torus with the hat, we need to actually add it manually. So select the objects there, add a new material slot, assign it, and assign it as fluff. There we go. There we go. Pants obviously are going to be red, so we're going to call that red. And the boots, we can add a new material, call that boots. Or leather. Let's just call it leather. And let's give that a black material. And we can do the same thing for his hands as well, black leather. Oh no, let's give him white thing. Let's give him white hands, actually. I'm gonna call that a new one. I'm gonna call it gloves. Maybe even give him green gloves, maybe. Call it gloves. All right. For his nose, I want to give him a pink nose. Call it nose. Pink little nose. The eyes obviously can be black. How creepy does he look with just massive black eyes? Might have to make those a little bit smaller. Call those eyes. His lips, I can give him a bit of a red lips. Like that. There we go. His skin color can be new materials. Call that skin. Give him a bit of a pinky tone. There we go. And the ears, I might use the same color as the nose. There we go. And finally, our hair. Let's give him, again, let's make a new material, call it hair. And you can actually drag and drop it onto other parts of the body, which is cool. Drag and drop onto the beard and stuff. All right. The catwalk, let's make it sexy. Make it mirrored. Metallic. Roughness. And we can actually add a light probe, reflection plane. That will help add reflections to Santa's catwalk. Live reflections. And there we go. So now we need to add some more lights, obviously. So I'm going to add a few more lights. Like, let's make spotlights, actually. That'd be cool. And we can make it more stronger. Let's go with the spot shape being softer. And we're going to duplicate multiple lights down the center line. Why not? Let's see how that looks. All right. And let's see. Let's add some just strong global lights just to get that going. So what we need to do now is actually in the camera view, because we still have the camera, we just need to add some a composition that works. So we're actually getting there. How crazy is that? So in about 2 hours now, we've been doing this for 1 hour and 45 minutes. We got ourselves a Santa Claus that's doing a catwalk. And we can even make this even cooler. We can actually add like a stop motion effect to the body. So let's do that actually. Let's bring back the armature. And in the modifier settings, the animation modifier. So if we go to, oops. Go to the graph editor. And we have the graphs all there. It's doing its thing. Let's go to the modifier tab on the side here. Add a stepped interpolation. And let's set it to 2. And it will have like a it's gonna have like a stepped effect on the animation. I need to apply it to all of them, obviously. Unfortunately. Oh, what light probes? Light probes allow you to get real-time, not real-time reflections, but realistic reflections and lighting data onto certain surfaces that have reflectivity. So, for instance, once I turn on screen space reflections, you'll see that the not working for some reason. Oh, because it's not refraction. I don't need to refract it. The reflections are more accurate, basically. That's basically what it is. So what I need to do actually to get the stepped animation to look good is, unfortunately, I need to bake in the animation. So that's okay. I want to get it looking stop motion-y, so I want to have it look like an old-timey cartoon. So I'm going to save this and save a new version. So I'm going to call this Santa stepped animation. And I could probably do this with a duplicate action, but I'm not going to bother with that right now. I'm going to select the entire rig and the entire bone structure. I'm going to go to Pose, Animation, Bake Action. I'm going to set this frame step to 2. And push OK. And that will bake the animation on every second frame. As you can see here, it's baked on every second frame. Like that. So now what I want to do is select everything in the graph editor, push T on my keyboard, no sorry, Shift E on my keyboard, no, wrong one, interpolation, where is it? Interpolation mode constant. That will kind of give it a stepped effect. You can see it there in the graph editor, really stepped up. And that will give me sort of like a stop motion effect. Almost like it's dropping frames, but it's intentional. So I want to have it look like a stop motion effect. And eventually what I'm going to do is make a material that makes it look like clay. Like a clay material. Or we can find one on Blend Swap. That'd be cool. But what I'm going to do first is just get the lighting up looking a little bit more schmick. Maybe some backlighting here. Let's see what happens here. Let's bring down the weight of that light there to maybe 50,000. Or yeah, something like that. Let's give it a different color, maybe a bit of a bluish color. That's kind of cool. I like that. And on the other side, I want to give it a little bit of a warmer color, maybe a purpley or something like that. There we go. Yeah, I like the purple. Yeah, definitely you could, for sure, for sure. So if I let's do that then. Let's add a little depth of field to that camera. So what I want to do, we'll add, let's add some basic Christmas trees. Then grab cone. I'm gonna smooth shade that. And I'm gonna turn on, let's just add a bevel first. And then I'm gonna edge slide that. Edge slide it all the way up. And add a few more. And I'm just going to scale that down and then add some that'll do, fuck it. Yeah, make those green. Tree. I'm going to join those together. Make that green. There's my simple little tree there. Nothing special, but it will give you an idea of the depth of field. So and I'm just going to array that. So I'm going to array that with an array modifier along the Y. Yep. There we go. That does the trick. You can probably add a little bit of a subdivision surface on top of that if you want to. It looks nice. Oh, no worries, dude. I'll see you around soon, dude. Thanks for sticking around for so long. Appreciate it. Okay, cool. There's our trees. Enjoy the night, dude. All right. So what we can do, we can add a little bit of depth of field by going to the camera settings. So where's my camera? There it is there. And we're going to add depth of field. We're going to make the focus object, we're going to focus on his nose. Let's focus on his nose. So that way when the Santa comes closer, the camera will stay in focus on Santa. Alright, so in the settings here, we can turn on depth of field. That's already on. So in the camera now, we just have to change the f-stop to a smaller amount. So, like so. There we go. And for some reason, it's not tracking his nose. That's annoying. It should be. Let's make it the rig. No. Why aren't you focusing on his nose, dude? Focus distance. Maybe that's why. But that should have worked. But what we can do, just to fix that up, we can add a null or an empty. Let's just grab an empty, plain axes. Let's grab, make it a constraint to the head. Or a child of, let's add a child of actually. Oops, sorry. A child of the armature and the head. There we go. Set inverse. Let's choose the empty as our focus object. There we go, that's working. Perfect. So you can see it's working its magic. Awesome. And that's how you get cheers, dude. Oh, you got my thinger. Thanks for subbing, I guess. Got my my emotes. Okay, cool. So what we're going to do is just adjust that so it's a little less harsh. There we go. And now all we need to do is maybe add. We need to add maybe a little bit of texture to his body. So what I want to do is see if I can find the material online, maybe on Blend Swap, of maybe a clay material. Let's see if we can find one. Let's see if I can do it in 8 minutes, because then I'm gonna wrap up. Clay. Looks like we're going luck. Maybe we can use that clay material or something. Let's have a look and see if we can find another one. Free clay material blender. That could be it. It's a bit strong, but it could work. 2018. I would go through the actual shader method there, but it's a bit involved. 12 minutes. But I got the idea. Let's just see what happens if I try it anyway with this material here. I'm gonna go to my material editor. I'm gonna add a noise or Voinroy texture. I'm gonna add a bump. I'm gonna add a mapping coordinate, so Control T with Node Wrangler turned on. Generated set to it. I'm gonna add, let's see. Let's add a RGB to black, color, height, and then into the normal input. Doesn't look that good. Fuck it. I'm just gonna find a material that works. Let's just try this one actually. Just gonna download it. I'm gonna log in. Let's just download it and see how it looks. Where can I download it? I am logged in. What are you talking about? There we go. That's better. Alright, I'm going to save that. Again, just going to check it on desktop. Let's unzip that. Clay, precision clay. Open up the material. Let's open up the blend file. And just see how it's built. Okay, so it's quite involved. Where can I change the color? Can I change the color anywhere? I can. That's good. All right, well, let's just copy that then. I'm going to copy that node setup to our other file. Default 02. Okay, that's the name of the thing. What's the actual material called? It's called clay. And save that file. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to import that clay material into my other file. There's the file, by the way. grab this guy. Let's go to File, Import, Append. We're going to go to the procedural input, go to Material, Clay, Append. Cool. So let's give this a go. If we now switch over to Clay, not bad, not bad. It's a bit too dry though. I was hoping to look a little bit more like a little bit less strong. Sounds a noise. No, same shit. Well, we can give it like a redness to it. We could probably downgrade the strength a little bit. Okay, there's a bump there. Okay, so I'm going to turn off the displacement. I'm going to go with just a bump. Like so. And if I look at I'm looking at how things are mixed together. So I want to actually soften out the noise on that there. I think that will do. I think that will do fine. The only thing I need to change is the texture coordinate from object to generated. And that will look all right. And I'm just going to copy this node setup across everything. So I'm going to copy that and put it on every color. As long as I remember what the setup was. Oops. Roughness. Okay. That goes to the roughness. That goes to the bump. Okay. Copy that. All right. Roughness. Bump. And it should populate across all the different things. You can see it doing its magic there. See it's doing its thing there? So I might bring down the strength even further on that little bit there. And obviously you can find tutorials to do a better clay shader, but this does a job. This does a job. Once I'm done there, I think we're done. We can render this out. And we'll be sweet. Good to go. Happy chappies. And I think that's all of it. Except for the hat. Red. Let's just add that to the red. And there's some really good plugins out there, or add-ons for clay shaders, by the way, on the Blender market. So if you don't like this method, there's some really good ones out there. All right, might as well add to the tree as well. Fuck it. We're golden. What do you guys think? All right? You think it looks pretty cool? I think it looks pretty cool. Not bad for 2 hours work. And I could always add my classic affinity towards purple if I wanted to in the world settings, but yeah, that was cool. Let's have a playback. Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. What else can we do? We could add snow if you wanted to as well. That would be pretty easy to do. Let's just, well, fuck it, let's do it. We'll get a plane from the top. I'm going to make it like larger. And we're going to add a, we're going to get a, let's find a snowflake texture with alpha channel. PNG, that will work good. We just need a single snowflake, that's all we need. Something like this would be alright. Let's look at 3. Let's have a look. Let's try this one out. I know I'm going overboard here, but we're almost done. If we get this done, I'll be very happy. Alright. Let's just download this guy. Hopefully I don't need to sign up for it. Thank God. Save file. Save the file. Open up the icon pack. Extract all. Alright. Let's see what we got here. We got the EPS, we got the snowflake. Sick. Let's open up the EPS in Illustrator, and I'm just going to export out a single snowflake as a PNG. Alright, I'm going to copy the one that looks best. So I'm going to copy this one. Oh, this one's better. Copy that one. Make a new file. I'm going to set it to 512 by 512. So I don't need it to have too much resolution. Paste that in there. And I'm just going to scale that up. To match. Perfect. And obviously you can't see it, but you'll see it once I export it as a PNG. Export as PNG, use artboards, desktop, snowflake. I'm not being very organized here, but it's okay. All right. So in Blender, again, enable a plugin called import images as planes. So you'll see an option here. So in the add-ons, images as planes, you want that, turn that on. We're going to import that file. There's snowflake there. Oh, fuck. I'm going to save it as a PNG, not a JPEG, like a fucking idiot. Export as a PNG. Snowflake. Export. Use artboards. There it is. You can see it's doing its thing there. Okay. So let's go to my download, my desktop again. Okay, well, I don't know what it's downloading, but whatever. Ah. What are you doing? Stupid OneDrive is attached to my desktop. Give it a second. I really don't like how they changed the desktop to be tied to OneDrive. I need to fix that. That sucks. I know, right? Jesus Christ. Okay, it's okay. We survived. Sick. Alright. Snowflake. Import the PNG. And you want to set it to have transparency. So it should automatically have transparency turned on. Yeah. Use alpha. There it is there. Alright. Import images planes. And you can see here, if we turn on the render, there's our little snowflake as a card, basically a texture card. So what we're going to do is create a particle system. Very simple particle system. So go to particle system, let it fall like, you know, snow. And we want to change a few settings. We want to make the speed maybe half the speed. Velocity 0.5. Oh, 1. It doesn't really matter. Let's see. We're going to change the source. We're going to change the render from halo to object. And the object will be the snowflake. Scale. We have scale randomness, turn that up. And I think we need to rotate this guy a little bit in the settings there. Just so we can see it. Like that. Just like so. I know, right? There's our cheap snowflakes, by the way. It's working. We just need to slow it down. So we can actually set the gravity to be way less. So if you go down to the bottom, go to force field settings or field weights. Just set gravity to like 0.5, and that should do the trick. How do I delete that guy? Fuck. We're all civil here. We're all civil here. I need a moderator. I don't have one. Let's just make sure that the lifetime is set correctly as well. So we want to make the lifetime to be longer. Click the name and ban. Alright, sick. Alright, sweet. Alright, done. Thanks for that, dude. Yeah, he's gone now. Sick. Alright, so let's just change the lifetime to 150 and the animation to 450, and we should be able to bake that in. I want to make the frame start to be -50 as well. There we go. How cool is that? And now we're just going to make the, I might make the gravity even less. So maybe 0.2. Hopefully that will make them fall a bit slower. There we go. I think that will do fine. Make the frame start minus 100. What else is there? There should be a way to actually slow down the bake completely, so like the actual speed of the simulation will be longer. I just can't remember what it was. Fuck it. Alright. I might make this a little bit smaller. There we go. And then I'm just going to bake the frames. There we go. Baked in. And we got ourselves a nice Christmassy animation. Let's render out the display. All right, cool. So let's just go to cheers. Let's just set the export to my desktop again. I'm going to change the file format to FFmpeg video. Encoding is going to be MPEG-4 with perceptually lossless quality. Let's ramp up the render quality to maybe 128. And I think that'll be it. Let's render that. It's doing its thing. It's just thinking. I probably should have. I did save it. Good. I'm not sure why it's stalling on the render, but that's all right. Ah, okay. It might be that it might be that the screen sharing is causing a few issues. Either way, it still looks good. Might cancel that because it's freezing my computer. Not sure why it's freezing it, but it is. Let's reopen that and start over. It could be just I might just render out an image. Cycle is crashing. Maybe it's my processor. That's all right. We got a result. That's fine. Maybe I can try a viewport render instead. So we'll switch it over to this one, and let's just do a viewport render animation. There it goes. Now it's rendering, it's just rendering really slowly for some reason. But let's check it out anyway. at least 24 frames at least. And you'll get an idea. And then we'll probably wrap it up after that. I'll cancel it there. It's probably actually the right speed of the file, all things considered. But you can see the cool thing about this is that it's getting that sort of stop motion feel to it, which is really cool. Let me just see if I can render it out of video. I just want to render it out and then we can wrap it up after 2.5 hours. Long overdue video. Let's just switch it back to medium quality. Save. Yeah, definitely I think that's the case. Yeah, it's doing its thing now. At least I think it's rendering it. But if you follow my Twitter, at dickoart.com, so if you follow me at Twitter, I'll post a video there because I think the live stream is causing a little issues with the render. But it was working. I think it doesn't like the doesn't like the live stream. But yeah, that's it. Let's have a look. Let's see if it worked. Nah, it's broken. That's all right. I'll render out this video. I'll post it on Twitter. Probably put it on the YouTube stories or something like that. And yeah, that should be fun. But yeah, that's it. That's how you make Santa Claus. A stop motion Santa Claus. I have no fucking idea, dude. I'm just using OBS, Streamlabs. So I'll have to check it out and see what it is. I haven't had this issue in the past. I think it also might be just the way that I've set up the rendering. It could be even just the amount of samples, so 64. Let's have a look. It also could be like the first time that I've been using this computer with Eevee properly as well. So there's that issue as well. But yeah, we'll see what's happening. But it's all right. Yeah, cheers, dude. No worries. But yeah, I'll be back on this week sometime probably as well. So yeah, more Black Curtain stuff. We're gonna keep pushing forward on that one. That's the goal for the year after all. Yeah, cool. I'll keep that in mind, dude. Thank you for that. All right. Well, I'm going to call it quits for today. I hope you had fun. Thanks for joining me this entire time. It's been really fun, really awesome. Great to see people joining in after like a month of me not being on, but I appreciate the I guess the effort. No worries. I'm going to post this on YouTube as well. I'm going to download this. I'll post it up as a full tutorial on YouTube. Probably edit it a little bit to be a little bit shorter, but otherwise, yeah. Anyone can do this. Anyone can do this. You can make your own Santa Claus. So it's really fun to do. Oh, thank you very much. So yeah, I'll let you guys go. Enjoy the rest of the day. Enjoy your evening. And I look forward to chatting to you.